Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. We are not attacking the people who created this series, and we're not trying to make fun of anyone who believed them.
And
We're just going over some of the more confusing theories that are listed on the TV trope that are listed under Jost on the TV tropes page for Steven Universe.
our opinions are not the same as any of the writer. There's the writer, the Pruneverse fan, or just ourselves, our own opinions.
Our opinions are not the same as our opinions.
Our opinions are not the same as our do not
necessarily align with others. So we'll just be going over some of the weirder
or
theories
some of the
that were
worst,
some of the weirdest, worst, and most
it's ridiculous.
Some of the worst and most ridiculous theories that he's listed here.
All right, strap in, guys.
Under the Jost page, under WMG. Steven Universe, Jost.
Someone can tell us what that stands for in the comments.
I don't remember what WMG means. Onion was created by Rose. Look at Baby Melon. Doesn't he look like Onion to you? Thoroughly jossed by Onion's VHS tape with his own birth via Bradalia.
We're not going to go over every theory.
We're gonna go up to the more interesting ones.
Obscure one.
If Steven's mother was a crystal gem, she was the ruby. Jost, it's stated that she was a rose quartz. Double Jost. Ruby is actually one of Garnet's halves.
Also, that was said in the second episode.
The order we're going over these is that the order we're going over these in is from the earliest created theories to the latest created theories. Some of these are pretty early in the show's life.
Very early.
Yeah. Gems can only fuse with one other specific gem. This is why, despite their obvious differences in trouble syncing, Amethyst and Pearl can only fuse with one another. I don't really know where the source is, but the main trope page mentions something about a fusion between Amethyst and Garnet named Sudlight. Jost also never said that Pearl and Amethyst could only fuse with each other. You just caught on to their argument about Opal in the beginning, and pretty early in the episode, Garnet went off on a different mission that forced Pearl and Amethyst as the only ones there to fuse. Yeah. Alright, what a... Rose Quartz's blind has actually been an interesting one since, she always has her eyes closed.
She always had her eyes closed it was before Lion 3. Not really necessary to... not necessarily a bad theory. Hey, at least it's better than Ruby is blind.
Which is based on a misinterpretation. Alright. Steven is gay. He wears sandals with jeans. Jost, he has a crush on Connie. Also, how is jeans with sandals gay?
Always wears sandals.
Greg isn't Steven's genetic father.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Another disclaimer. Most of these...
A lot of these revolve around Greg for some confusing reasons. Some of the more ridiculous ones involve Greg. So yeah, let's go with this one. Greg isn't Steven's genetic father. It seems odd that gems would even be capable of reproducing with another species when they don't normally reproduce at all. And Greg is stated to be Steven's father. He's not even a biologically father. Rather, Rose created Steven entirely on her own, but based him on Greg. So Greg is Steven's father in an emotional, spiritual sense. Steven really is a full gem, but he has the illusion of being half human. No, that's Jost. Absolutely Jost. Oof. So, this is very early on. The series will eventually have a proper villain, led by Onyx, a renegade black gem.
Also,
this sounds more like fanfiction. Long ago, there were thousands of crystal gems, but there's always that one black sheep. Onyx, one of only a handful of male elves of the species, was nothing if not ambitious. He saw the crystal gems as the supreme race, and himself as the one destined to lead them to reign over all others.
Keep in mind, this was before everyone just referred to that
the species as crystal gems, and thus began his quest for power. The other crystal gems tried to stop him, but as he cut them down, he assimilated their gems, and with them, their powers. Being presumably otherwise immortal, Onyx was sealed away in a pocket dimension or containment crystal or what have you by none other than Rose Quartz herself when she gave up her life so Steven could be born. Onyx was released. Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl are actually the last 3 crystal gems in the universe, and are training Steven for the day he must face Onyx to decide the fate of humanity in the universe.
Oh,
Nice theory, but it sounds too much like Dark Opal, the big bad from Amethyst, is Princess of Gemworld. I don't think DC Comics would be immune.
yeah, I do agree. It would.
Yeah, okay, so yeah. Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl's fathers all sacrificed themselves, much like Rose Quartz and everything. Out of curiosity, why particularly their fathers? Just the word of God, gems don't have parents. The monsters are transformed humans.
More fan fiction.
Long ago, or even to this day, people who desired the powers of the crystal...
voice.
Long ago, or even to this day, people who desired the powers of the crystal gems, for whatever reason, tried to replicate their powers by forging artificial gems. However, any attempt to do so invariably results in a corrupted gem, and the humans who try to use them instead are transformed into evil monsters. The crystal gems discovered long ago that it is impossible to save any transformed humans, and have no choice but to destroy the monsters and seal away the evil gems to prevent them from harming other people. Amethyst is a healed and tamed monster.
Yeah,
I'm not really going to go into detail.
We kept Amethyst.
Yeah. Pearl will shapeshift into a bird in a future episode on the run. Apparently, in that one, Amethyst and Steven will decide to drive. Everyone knows you need a license to drive. Amethyst doesn't seem to care about the law, stealing cookie cats. So either she's legally drive without a license, or she will steal Pearl's license. It's possible that Garnet and Pearl will go after them, and Pearl will be like, I have no license, I can't drive, now what? And she'll shapeshift into a bird to go after them. Not even close. They take a train, and Pearl uses a work pad. Is Lion actually eating crystal gem? I'm in disguise. Maybe that actually Rose Quartz. The lion's actually Rose Quartz. It did resemble her. Okay, let's explore on this Rose thing. Why would she disguise herself as a big pink lion? Was she a trickster mentor? Was it because it was the only way to reverse ascend into a higher plane of existence? And is she just doing it for a laugh? Rose doesn't actually die to give up Steven. Instead, she transforms into a lion just to troll everybody.
Lion is a reincarnation.
What the fuck? Okay. Alright. No, I'm going over the interesting ones. Yeah, it started out as a singular being that somehow got split into individuals. Has the ability to recombine their bodies and personalities.
No.
Jocelyn's other gems confuse as well. It's the standard gem ability.
Also,
the gem's love for Steven is just a ruse.
Read it.
In reality, the gems can't stand Steven and wishes he was out of the team.
Shut up.
However, Steven is important to their plans for future gems. All those times they saved him, they needed to keep him safe for their plans. Their actions and so many birthdays, they were horrified at the thought of their plan for the future of the crystal gems was doomed, and all their hard work was for nothing. Until their plans for the crystal gems are complete, Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl will put up with Steven no matter how obnoxious he is to them. First off, that's a depressing theory.
Also,
second, that doesn't even fit with the whole supposed to be like sisters thing, unless you think Rebecca Sugar secretly hates her younger brother.
you guys forget that. Yeah. Also, you should just narrate these theories in your Shoto voice.
Okay. Alright. I'll find the interesting ones. Ruby is the fusion form of Garnet and Pearl. Just so hard. Ruby is one of the 2 gems that make Garnet. Doubly Joss, since Sardonyx has been revealed to be the true Pearl fusion.
Ha 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 ha.
Peridot will arrive in Earth riding a hover bike, just like another particular dude who's famous for riding a bike and being green. Did you just make a reference to Mega Man X2?
Oh my
Josh, he came in a giant robot hand. Greg Universe saved the world.
Greg Universe saved the world.
Greg Universe saved the world. His optimism, enthusiasm, and joie de vivre are why Rose saw something in humanity worth saving and worth turning against whatever plans the Gem Homeworld had. She convinced Garnet and Pearl to go along with her and brought Amethyst into the fold. It's impossible as he wasn't born yet when any of that happened. Okay. Greg is a caveman.
Greg is several
thousands of years old and was somehow kept young by gem magic. He saw the original war firsthand. Unless he was lying just by him specifically saying he wasn't around for that in the return. It's kind of sketchy when he said that. He could totally be a caveman. Just by story for Steven. The flashback for Greg was... Yeah, we know. Greg has physically abused Steven in the past. Specifically, when he was younger. Specifically, when he was young enough not to remember the abuse in the present. It actually got so bad that the gems had to take Steven under their care. It was in Greg's lives because the gems didn't want Steven to lose another parent. Greg's behavior, as we see now, is him atoning for his past actions. Understandably, the gems don't completely trust him, which is why they limit Steven's visits to him. Two things. Considering Rose is unlikely, and the show has enough messed up things and you're not helping. Perhaps Rose disappearing from existence is because of Steven is what caused Greg to become abusive. Or the gems just took Steven in because Greg is a kind-hearted but irresponsible man-child and to watch over him and his powers develop. Or Greg turned to abusive Steven in order to relieve the guilt of Rose passing. Not everything is sunshine and lollipops, you know. Not everything is grimdark either. Greg being a well-intentioned screw-up and not being prepared to raise a kid with magical powers is more than enough of a reason for Steven to remain with the older gems without falling back on something like abuse. Making Greg an abusive dad is not only completely out of character, but trivializes actual abuse, assuming it's somehow more realistic. Let's put this all in perspective. There's nothing to suggest that Greg hasn't physically abused Steven in the past. Read the WMG closely, you'll see that it says Greg somehow became nicer to make up for his past actions. So until an episode or word of God says otherwise, this theory is just as valid as any other theory. Nothing to suggest he hasn't? It's completely contradictory to what's presented in the show. Steven loves his dad wholeheartedly. The Gem's objections to him is that he's kind of a mess, Steven. He beat you up, Steven. Greg has always been shown to be nothing but a loving father. What we've seen so far, it's quite possible from birth to ages 3 to 4, Greg has abused Steven. Steven won't remember, so he would have no reason to not love his father. And of course, the gems wouldn't bring up past abuses to Steven that would traumatize him. Exactly what would it take to prove that Greg isn't abusive beyond the fact that nothing has come remotely close to suggest it beyond them not living together, which you've already listed other plausible reasons for, despite what some may think abuse is not a normal thing by definition. So far, all evidence points to Greg being a loving, if not completely incompetent, father. If it were, nobody would get upset about it. Pretending that it is just devalues a real issue by assuming it has depth. The gems would never allow Steven to be around him if that had happened, given how protective they are of Steven. This guess is just dark for the sake of being dark, realistic. Maybe the gems wiped away Steven's memories of the abuse and made the Greg promise. Made the Greg promise. I'm sorry, the Greg.
Not Greg.
And made the Greg promise to never hurt. Wait, so I promise I won't not hurt him. Greg, feeling genuinely remorseful on seeing a second chance at redemption, complied. Greg is still kind of a good person, just with skeletons in his head. The gems don't seem like they'd be that forgiving. Also, I doubt the show would take the turn to make Rose mistaken about who had a beautiful heart to be called the father of her child. Remember, the gems have been around for literal millennia. I think she'd make a good call. Final comment. I'm just going to move this into Joss because it's patently absurd. Finally, that one was a long one. Alright. Alright, I've tried. Okay, just give me a moment to find things. Alright. I don't know what that was. Alright. Okay.
Rose is regenerated.
That sounds wrong. It's not too interesting. Steven is only 2 to 3 years old.
He's a bit naive and has a rather simple view of the world. If he had been a crystal gem for more years, then he would have more experience in gem history and social situations. For example, not knowing what a nuclear family is, unfamiliarity with the concept of school, and not knowing that gem monsters are actually corrupted gems. Top it off, Steven can shapeshift, and he's literally as young as he feels. So shown in so many birthdays, in which he accidentally aged himself due to state of mind. The rest of the gems also act as if Rose has been recently gone. When you're immortal, 8 to 10 years isn't much longer than 2 to 3. Like Greg, if you lose your one true love. Yeah. Steven's only 2 to 3 years old. Okay. Okay, this is just.
Hold on.
Okay. Try to find some good ones.
Yeah, like ones that sound like fan fiction.
The cluster is bismuth. It was removed a while ago without anyone knowing. Most serve it as an antichrist. Just bismuth is another crystal gem. Ooh. Alright, I'm trying to find these. A lot of these are just but there are a lot of them that are really great. Alright. I don't know what that was. Okay. Well, I know there were some really good ones. Greg was around for the Gem War. He seemed really suspicious when he said it wasn't like he was around at that time. God damn it. Alright.
It's probably gonna be another thing on Greg.
Okay. This is it's so awkward to just do.
I know.
Centipedal's gem in her normal form replaces one breast. Her real name will be Amazonite. Just Centipedal gem replaces her eye and her name is Nephrite.
Yep.
Oof. Steven is a hippie. He wears sandals.
Why is sandals?
Can kids even be hippies? Or he wears sandals because he lives in a beach town. It's rather common in that region.
Sandals.
I think we've seen what Steven's like long enough to assume this is Jaws. Well,
You find a good one?
Well, I'm not going to go into too much detail on the film, but someone a theory that Greg Egg is a drug dealer. So
Basically.
Yes, Rose chose a drug dealer to father her child.
Rose married a drug dealer.
Yep, makes sense. Greg is clinically depressed. What? Losing Rose sent Greg into clinical depression.
No, I didn't. Oh god, this is so awkward.
I know. Okay, we have Onion isn't human, he's a gem. La la. Okay. Greg is an abusive father.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Oof.
Wait, you're almost done, don't leave.
Almost.
I swear there was some good one. There was a good one near the bottom.
Oh, there was a really good one.
What?
There's something really great. Okay, I'm gonna keep scrolling. Okay, where is it?
Chords.
Where is it? There it is.
Redo it.
This one.
Do your voice.
Lion and Steven are technically siblings through the use of pink diamond shards.
What?
Hear me out. Rose experimented with Gem Earth hybridization. Pink Diamond had some kind of life magic related powers. Rose's crystal moss flower things and are organic life with gems of their own. But we know that a gem literally is a gem. And the body is only a hologram. The only type of gem we've seen that can exist without a body and without sentience is an unfused gem shard. We also know that Rose had her own pride of lions. She even refers to them and herself as we, and she seems to pretty obviously be their leader. Rose began her experiments using at least some of Pink Diamond's shards and eventually moved up to animals from them. This led her to pull a Timane and shapeshift into a lion and either impregnate or be impregnated by a lion itself. The result, Lion, who doesn't have a gem but does have a variety of weird powers, and Rose Quartz's pink hair. This experience taught Rose everything she needed to know about the limits and requirements of naturally reproducing, which is why Steven has such a marked affinity for cats. Nuh-uh.
That's not true.
It's just... nuh-uh.
You're trying to tell me Rose was...
You're tell me Rose was in a bestiality?
Was fucked by a lion.
Rose fucked a lion? No thank you, please.
It mostly had to do with Greg. Also, tell us how you liked Alex doing narrating the show. That was, Shoto's a conspiracy.
He is a conspiracy theorist.
So of course he had to say that.
Rose fucked a lion. Lion, are you the secret love child of Rose Quartz?
Okay, this was just something I wanted to do for fun.
After I saw some of these absurd theories.
So,
sorry for so much awkward downtime.
I'm Nosran. And upon showing my wonderful viewers.
See you in the next video.
Yeet!